Hey, good day everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Juice. So this video is going to be about post-trap case 1. We're going to cover some things that you might want to consider when you're coming into the pattern, touching down, and once you've made a successful trap, what do you do next? This is what it's going to cover as it pertains to DCS world. So here I am in the pattern, coming back in. And cockpit's all set up, everything's good, everything is safe, and we're trying to stay on the numbers as much as we can. We rolled out around 800, we're trying to get down to 600 by the time we get after the boat. And I'm trying to use my trim better because I've always trained myself improperly to not use the trim in a case 1, and I need to start relying on it a little bit better, which is inconsistent with, or it's consistent with the feedback that I'm getting from you guys too. So we were 1 mile at the beam, which was inside. That's the bare minimum limit that we can go in at the beam. We're supposed to be between 1 and 1.5 nautical miles a beam when we do our pass by the boat. So we were at 1 when we did that, maybe almost 1.1. So here we are coming around, and we're mostly going to focus on what to do after you trap. So let's go back to the LSO cam real quick. Okay, you can see here that I'm a little low, and I'll correct for that. We're going to watch this because there's some benefit while we're waiting to get to the point where we're going to talk about the post-trap. There's some benefit to watching the plat cam, or the platform cam here, LSO cam. Alright, so I recover from that low altitude, picked up the ball, called the ball. I did not get any comments all the way down on this. You'll see from the feedback though that I did have some remarks on the trap. It's nice that you can see the carbons from the exhaust. You can tell. The LSOs can actually tell too. A little bit on the left side, but not too bad. Sync rate, power. There we go. And I think we get a 2-wire trap here. There we go. There's this is where I usually take a screen capture so I can review what those grades mean in the LSO check. So let's go ahead and pause it there. Alright, so in the cockpit, once you get the pullback and your hook is released and you're no longer under hook tension, if you look down by the hook switch, you'll see that there's a light right above the hook switch. And when that's illuminated, that means that your hook is clear of the wire. It means there's no more tension on the hook. And so once you see that, then you can go ahead, and we'll unpause this, then you go ahead and raise your hook level. Now the first thing you'll want to do is clear the wire field. You'll follow the marshallers. So before you even start folding your wings, taxi off over here, get clear. They'll tell you when to stop. They'll give you the hold point. And what you'll do next is once you're stopped, a couple crewmen will come out and safe the missile rails on the outboard. They'll put the pins in to safe that on both sides. For the on mine, I have a Cap 9 and a TCTS ACM iPod. And then once you're done with that, then you can start rolling up the wings, and then you'll be directed where to taxi to next. Now what I like to do is, unless I'm overweight on the trap, I never take back off again without taking a little bit of fuel. I like to take about 5,000, about 50% of fuel if I have a single tank, or I take 35% of fuel if I have 2 tanks and stuff. Now if your tanks are empty on your fuel and everything, and you go to rearm and you don't remove those tanks, you'll probably leave those empty tanks on there. So that's another thing to consider. So I go F2 on my outside view because I don't have a marshaller guiding me so I don't run off. For those of you that have run off the edge, you know what that feels like. And now let's pause it here. So what I'm doing is I'm doing full pedal deflection, full brake engagement on the left side, and I'm also using the right throttle only, just the right throttle. So I'm using a little bit of that asymmetrical thrust that's allowed by the engines being separated. It's not much, it's not minimal, but it is enough that you can get some extra benefit from it and stuff. And it can also cause problems in a flame out situation. If you have a right side or left side flame out, you can notice a little bit of trim need to trim up the aircraft if you're flying single engine. But that's a whole nother subject. Maybe we'll get with that a little bit later on. So go ahead and unpause here. Now when I'm in the cockpit, I never have the pilot body showing so you can see all the switches and stuff. Now once I'm set, I go ahead and pull the parking brake, and then I also go ahead and call up for chocks.
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
And the reason I do that is if I didn't have the parking brake set, or if I not accidentally took it off and I bump my throttle while I'm in the rearm process, then I could run off the edge of the boat and stuff like that. So there's the chocks. Then I go ahead and raise my flaps, and this is where I proceed to do my rearm, refuel, reconfigure. I'm also coordinating with other people on the boat with me. You know, in a multiplayer situation, we're also coordinating who's going to do what, where we're going to do, which cats we're going to take, and stuff like that. So that's a brief video on what I do post-trap as it pertains to DCS. Like I said, I have no real-world experience in carrier aviation. I was in the Air Force, but I have read a lot of the manuals, and I have trained with some of the real Hornet pilots that have given me the minimum information, just enough to make me dangerous. I hope this video helps you guys get your post-trap setup working great for you. Remember, if you fly DCS realism like me, it's pretty fun, but no matter how you enjoy DCS, there's no wrong way to do it. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.